and I was lucky and blessed to be Haley Jackson's teacher before she left us. And while today will be a celebration, while it will be a joyous event, and we have the opportunity to get around and look at some amazing cars, and hopefully all of you here today, because I'm not much of a car guy until I walked in this morning, hopefully you adopt me as a younger brother, because this is just extraordinary. So hats off to all of you for being here and joining us in this celebration. On Angel's Wings is a group of automotive enthusiasts supporting Hope for Haley on the road, on the track, and of course at shows like this one. And I just wanted to quickly recognize some of the drivers that are responsible for orchestrating this event. There is one person in particular who we will bring up at one point to address the entire crowd. But we have Chris, Eric, Bob, Anastasia, Sean, and two new drivers joining us today, Paul Hawthorne and Mike Page. Throughout the day, there'll be door prizes, there'll be a best in show, we have raffles, we have 50-50s, we'll have a food truck here today. Hopefully you have an opportunity to enjoy some fellowship with some new people, some old friends, get a chance to see some really, really amazing automobiles. I know my kids are in attendance today, and they're already running around asking Daddy what he can buy, and that's just not happening, but we'll enjoy them from afar. But again, thank you for being here. Before we continue and before, again, we enjoy this time together in this beautiful weather, thanks to, I know, someone special who's with us today because we weren't sure what kind of weather we were going to have. There's something I'd like to address that I think is really important and really is the centerpiece for why we are here today, and that is mental health awareness. It's something that is talked about in times of need, in times of tragedy, and then unfortunately, I know this all too well, in 23 years as an educator, it goes away until the next time we have a tragedy. And then it's brought back and then goes away. The charge that we are left with, in my opinion, through the legacy of Haley Jackson, is to keep this going. Yes, this is the first of many events that will continue for a very, very long time because of your generosity, because of the sponsorships that we'll talk about throughout the day today, and because of the amazing Jackson family who allows us to continue to honor the legacy of their daughter, Haley. I'd like to share something very personal, if that's okay with you. On October 28th of 2019, as most of you know, our worlds came crashing down, and mental health awareness became the forefront of so many of our lives. But I want to talk about October 29th. I want to talk about a personal experience that I had in a classroom at 7:35 in the morning. I had 30 students start that semester with me. On October 29th, I had 29 in the room. I spent the entire night staring at the ceiling in tears, wondering what's some kid from Southwest Philadelphia going to say to a bunch of teenagers who were broken. Myself, I was broken. How do I heal at the same time and offer some insight and try to make this right? I walked into the classroom not knowing what I was going to say and what I was going to do. I pulled up a chair in front of the students whose faces already showed how broken they were. And I read something to them, something that was a charge in what we need to do moving forward. And this nerdy English teacher, if you give me a minute to read this quick passage from an amazing memoir called Tuesdays with Maury, hopefully it sheds some light as to, again, why we are here, what the centerpiece of the Hope for Haley Foundation is, again, in conjunction with On Angel's Wings. I heard a nice little story the other day, Maury says. He closes his eyes for a moment, and I wait. The story is about a little wave, bobbing along the ocean, having a grand old time. He's enjoying the wind and the fresh air, until he notices the other waves in front of him crashing against the shore. My God, this is terrible, the wave says. Look what's going to happen to me. Then another wave comes along, sees the first wave looking grim, and says to him, why do you look so sad? The first wave says, don't you understand? We're all going to crash. all us waves are going to be nothing. Isn't it terrible? The second wave says, no, you don't understand. You're not a wave. You're a part of the ocean. It was my first words. Those were my first words that day. And I felt as though that is a part of the everlasting legacy that Haley Jackson leaves with us. The charge that we all have to continue to find the supports for the people who are hurting. Haley Jackson, for those of you who are lucky enough to know her, you know way more about her than I do, especially if you are in the immediate or distant family. But I got to know a kid who checked every box. She was smart, she was funny, she was athletic, goofy, intelligent, everything that you would want your own daughter to be in this life. And Haley's not with us anymore, which tells us that there is no face, there is no one face associated with this. That we have to make sure that we're listening. We have to make sure that we reach out. And we have to make sure that we utter two of the most important words when someone confides in us that their lives are broken and falling apart. I encourage you to say these two words: thank you. And the reason you say thank you is because it opens up a window of trust. It opens up a window of commitment that I'm here for you, that I respect you, and I will never leave you. So again, while we're celebrating today the legacy of Haley Jackson, and we're looking at some amazing cars, let's not forget to make sure that we come up to this table with pamphlets, papers, and things that we all need to know about mental health awareness. With that being said, I'd love to bring up, just so you can put a name with a face for those who might not know them, I'd love to bring up now Haley's parents, Kevin and Chrissy Jackson. If you get the opportunity today to meet these two amazing people, please make sure that you do so. They're incredible. And the fact that, again, they allow us to continue to honor the legacy of their amazing daughter humbles me, and I know humbles all of us. So let's have a great day. Let's have a great time. Meet some new people. Let's see some amazing cars. And once again, thank you all for being here.